Hi everyone and good morning, and it's a very good morning because today we are back on the cruise ship. We're on the Carnival Paradise. In this video here we're going to show you everything that this cruise ship has to offer, from the restaurants and the food to the bars and the drinks, all the entertainment and more. I go by the legend, joined by my wonderful girlfriend Molly.
I love cruise days.
Oh yeah, and it's sea day, beautiful sea day here as we're on our way back from Cozumel, Mexico. And this is the pool deck area. Obviously, the Carnival Paradise is going to be a little bit of an older and smaller ship, and you can definitely see that in the poolside area. You got 2 hot tubs, 1 pretty good-sized pool. We were in the pool yesterday, and it was wonderful. Really enjoyed that. There are 2 pool bars. There's the rum bar right below us, and then there is the tequila bar over there. Both of those run pretty long hours. There's a stage where they do activities and events out here. Last night there was a big 80s rock and glow party. Today there's going to be music, and there's going to be a steel drums guy that plays, who's excellent.
Trivia here at one point on the stage.
Yeah. If you're looking for a smoking section on the ship, it is going to be up there on deck 11. Now, I'm not a smoker, but that's where you would go. Obviously, the casino, when it is open, is also a smoking area if you're gaming. All right, let's go check out the rest of the ship. On the top deck, all the way in the back of the ship, you'll find the waterworks area, which is the ship's mini water park. Actually, a pretty good sized water park. Yeah. 1 big yellow slide that's known as the Twister. I actually prefer the smaller slides because those, you get some really good speed on them.
Yeah, the yellow slide you go down really slow.
Yeah, but the green and the orange one you can race your friends. There's also some stuff for the little ones. And while it's a very hot day, there's actually a really nice breeze up here, so it feels pretty good. Also tons and tons of loungers in this section. And if you don't want to be around that pool noise, this might be a good spot to relax. On decks 8 and 9 in the front of the ship is where you'll find the Normandy main lounge. Now this is the main show theater on board the Carnival Paradise, and it's mostly used for the big shows in the evening. During our 4-night cruise, on night 1 there was a welcome aboard show. On night 2 there was 2 different shows. There was the game show Deal or No Deal, where you buy a ticket and you get the chance to go up on stage. And just like the TV show, if you ever watched that. And then in the later half of the evening, there was a love and marriage show, which is a lot of fun. Night 3 saw the best show on the ship, and that was Epic Rock, a big song and dance production show with all 80s kind of rock music. That was fantastic. Definitely the best show we saw in that theater. Also, sometimes during the day, they'll do like bingo and stuff in this theater as well. On night 4, there was a show called The World Works Here. And there we go. That's the Normandy main show lounge on decks 8 and 9 in the front of the ship. Right now we're all the way in the back of the ship on deck 9 in kind of an awkward spot where you have to kind of walk through the comedy lounge or come down from the buffet. Is the Serenity Deck, and this is the adults only area. There's 2 hot tubs out here. You also have the nice padded loungers.
Yeah, those loungers are very nice, as well as the towels are really nice.
Yes, there's also a specialty drink menu out here.
Specializing in sangrias.
Yeah, a little bit like lighter cocktails too, like more healthy friendly cocktails. And there's no kids. Currently way up high here on deck 14 is where you have the putt-putt course on board. Pretty nice 9-hole mini golf course. Molly actually just beat me.
That never happens.
No.
Never, ever. It only happens on a cruise ship, usually.
Yeah, you are up here, so it does get pretty windy. If you do have a golf ball at home, I recommend bringing your own golf ball because Carnival uses little foam balls, and it's hard to play any sort of mini golf on a moving cruise ship with the wind on deck 14. But definitely if you're using a foam golf ball. But really, it's fun times up here. Right off the atrium on deck 8 is where you'll find the America Bar, which is the piano bar on board. We're on a 4-night sailing. On 3 nights of our cruise, there has been piano bar entertainment with a gentleman named Jim from Argentina. Shockingly, we have not been in here very much. No. We listened to him for about a half an hour. He sounded really good. I think that's on our agenda tonight.
He did bring up guest singers.
Yes. There's also a specialty menu in here. Big fan of the Showstopper Martini. And I'm excited to spend more time in here later on tonight. Right now we are on deck 7 in the grand atrium of the cruise ship at the Atrium Bar, which it runs the standard bar menu, but there's actually a really nice amount of drinks on here. I'm drinking the Ultimate XO, which is my favorite drink from this bar. Molly's got a pineapple martini. Now the atrium is a lot of entertainment in the evening times. Most of the time there's musicians in here. 3 nights of the cruise there's been an electric violin duo. They're really, really good. There's been some music trivia parties as well. There was a Divas one on the 2nd night of the cruise, and there's a Through the Decades one this evening.
And a 90s.
No, 90s is on the pool deck.
On the pool deck, yeah.
Also in the atrium area is the shore excursions desk and the always long line at guest services.
And you do have like stairs and stuff.
And the big glass elevators, which finally started working again today. In the pool area, you will find 2 of the best lunch options on board the Carnival Paradise, starting with the famous Guy's Burgers. This is the Guy Fieri burger restaurant. It runs about noon to 6 p.m. every day. You get a good, greasy, diner-style burger. I like to get it with the donkey sauce on top. They do have bacon behind the counter, so if you want a bacon cheeseburger, you could get that as well.
Plus you have your toppings bar, you have potato sticks, you have your grilled onions.
Chili.
It's one of my favorite burgers on any cruise line.
Yeah, and they also got the Chipotle mayo for the fries. I love dipping the fries in the Chipotle mayo. Right on the other side of Guy's Burgers, that's where you would find the Blue Iguana Cantina. And this is going to be your quick service Mexican style restaurant. Think of like a Moe's or a Qdoba. One side you could get burritos, the other side you could get tacos. This one will also operate for breakfast, where you could get breakfast burritos, arepas, and huevos rancheros.
Yes, breakfast burritos are one of my favorite breakfast items on Carnival. And then we really like the chicken tacos.
In the morning, in between Guy's Burgers and the Blue Iguana Burrito place, there is a late risers breakfast buffet. They'll run breakfast until about 11:30 or so. Made to order omelet station, eggs Benedict. I want to get some of those potatoes. Those look really good. We are currently all the way in the back of the ship on Promenade Deck 9 at the Queen Mary Lounge. Now, this is primarily used as the comedy club on board.
It gets very busy for the adult show. Get here early. It's
Although
very
one of the
small.
shows was completely empty. We went to one PG show. There was like 35 people in here.
Yes.
Both comedians on board, I would say, were just okay for me. We've seen 3 of the shows. But it's I do like coming back here and watching the comedy. And it is a bigger lounge than other Carnival ships.
Oh, yes.
Like, it's a pretty good amount of size back here. And tonight it's going to be a movie theater back here. They're going to play Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Yeah, and there's also a bar. They do have a specialty menu here.
Yes, for the comedy shows. Get the Not Your Grandma Cinnamon shot is wonderful. It's a great, great shot. And yeah, it's a pretty good, and it's good air conditioning in this lounge as well. On Deck 9 in the middle of the ship, you'll find the Leonardo Lounge. Now, this has a couple of different things that happen in here. In the late afternoon, this becomes the trivia bar. In the evening, it's karaoke sometimes, and sometimes it is Latin music. Pretty good sized lounge, really good air conditioning in here.
Yeah, this might be the best air conditioning on the ship.
Yes. Located on the Lido Deck, Deck 10, in the back of the ship, we find the ship's buffet, open for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and midnight buffet.
Yes.
Right now we're here at dinner time. We're going to show you what's for dinner this evening. For dinner tonight is steamed rice, penne moriscos, blackened mahi-mahi. That looks pretty good. Look at the chicken Milanese. You got some, like, rice, pork loin, fried shrimp, baked potato, and vegetable Wellington. There's a soup of the day, which is steak, ale, and cheddar soup. Every day there's a carving station at dinner time. And today I believe it is lamb. And there's also some different types of bread. The buffet does have free fountain drinks, so iced tea, lemonade, and water is free. There is also going to be coffee up here and teas. And it wouldn't be a cruise ship buffet without the soft serve ice cream machines. Frozen yogurt and regular soft serve, as Molly's helping herself. There is also, right next to the unhealthiness of ice cream, is the healthiness of the salad bar. In the very back of the buffet area, you will have a bar, a full-service bar, that runs some of the longest bar hours on the entire cruise ship. It does serve the standard Carnival bar menu. In the back of the buffet area, you get the Carnival Deli, which is a made-to-order sandwich establishment. Now, this is included with the cost of your cruise fare, and it runs really long hours, from about 11 in the morning till 11 at night. Some of my favorite sandwiches here are the buffalo chicken, as well as the steak and cheese. In the very back of the buffet area, you'll find Pizza Pirate, which operates from 9 a.m. in the morning until 4 a.m. And that is the pizza restaurant on board. A couple different types of pizza you can get here. It is a very good quality pizza. The Quattro Formaggi is my favorite. For lunch, they have a buffet of cakes. Pinch peak cake, chocolate fudge frosting. We got German chocolate cake, key lime pie, and a Linzer torte. And every day the cakes change up. One thing I do like about this ship, if you go all the way to the back of the buffet, there are plenty of tables where you can eat outside and enjoy the views of the wake of the boat. In the middle of the promenade deck is Rex, which is the ship's nightclub.
And this is a massive nightclub.
It really is, and it's a very popular nightclub.
Yes.
We were in here on night 1, and it was pretty slammed. But it goes on for a while. You do have a big bar over there on the right-hand side.
There's like 2 dance floors.
Yes.
Around the DJ booth.
Yeah, I think on most nights when the nightclub will open, they kind of do a themed set. Whether like one day it was 70s and 80s, one day it was all request. But yeah, it's a big nightclub and there's a lot of people in here.
This is where they also do their art auction, of course.
On deck 9, right off the atrium, you'll find the Majestic Casino, which is not one of the larger casinos you'll see on a cruise ship, but they do have a lot of modern games. I really like these ones right here where it's like video versions of classic table games. So you can play baccarat, roulette, craps, lots and lots of modern slot machines. And over here you can see the table games. There's actually a pretty good amount of table games in this casino. They are roulette, 3-card poker, heads up Texas Hold'em, let it ride, blackjack, fun 21, and craps. You can see some of the Wheel of Fortune type games over there. There are some video poker machines as well. That's kind of my favorite machine to play. There's going to be a couple back there and then one bank closer to the casino bar. Played that for a while yesterday. They've got a video blackjack on there, so I like to play video blackjack.
It gets very crowded in here.
Yes, with it being a small casino. Now that will probably vary a little bit sailing to sailing. And then you do have a couple of these more sucker or skill games, like the Cash Crane. I do like how it shows you like pictures of the people that have won.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, winning is possible. The casino area is home to the America's Bar. I think that's what it's called. It's the biggest bar on the cruise ship. Tends to be busy at all times. Also, they don't have a sports bar on this cruise ship, so in the event the ship gets the football games, this is where you're gonna watch football. They'll also play some trivia during the day, and there'll be music here in the evenings. There's been a party band, there's been a solo guitarist. I really like the solo guitarist on the ship.
Yeah, she's really good.
A couple final casino games here. You've got the coin pushing game. Now this is kind of interesting because if you collect all 5 chips that sell BONUS bonus, you win $100. The catch is there's not many S's in the machines. Also, there's the other video poker block I was telling you about earlier. And then these are the first time I've seen these on cruise ship casinos, where you could win the $5,000 ball of money. Very, very nice presentation on this machine. Currently in the lobby listening to the electric violin guys, and it's dinner time here on the ship. We have the anytime dining, so we're in the Elation restaurant on deck 8, right off the atrium. You check in on the app, and then it buzzes you, it tells you the wait time, and then it buzzes you when your table is ready. So we're just hanging out, listening to the music, and getting ready for dinner. And here's what the dining room looks like, a very kind of simple, one-level dining room. And now we're going to show you everything that we had for dinner on the final night of our cruise. In the main dining room, the menus are on the QR code, so definitely bring your phone with you to dinner. Dinner service does begin with bread and butter. Just 1 type of bread and 1 type of butter. The appetizer course has arrived. I got the marinated chicken tenders, and Molly went basic with a Caesar salad.
And tomorrow, wherever your destination take you tomorrow, I will say.
Dessert has shown up. I went for the try and treat Carnival chocolate melted cake. Molly, yours is pretty weird. It's an apple stuffed with cheesecake. On the deck 9 promenade deck, right in the middle, is where you'll find the coffee shop on board. They also sell some delicious looking treats here for an upcharge.
And they have milkshakes.
Oh man, we had a milkshake the other day, a black and white milkshake with a shot of vanilla vodka in it. It was fantastic. A couple other things here. They do have some cool souvenirs. You can get Gatorades. And if you're on that Cheers beverage program, pretty much everything would work in here. Also, if you're looking for a paper version of the Fun Times, if you don't want to use your phone, you can pick one of those up over here as well. On deck 12, you'll find the Carnival Spa. Now, Molly and I, we are not big spa people, but this does have pretty much everything you'll be looking for in a smaller spa. You've got your massages and your treatment rooms. You've got a salon area, and this is also where you would find the gym on board. One thing that's nice about this being an older and smaller ship is that in the locker room area, there are free saunas and steam rooms. A lot of cruise ships nowadays, you'll have to pay extra for like a thermal suite pass, not on the Carnival Paradise. And the gym, it was pretty solid. You know, that's everything you would look for in a cruise ship gym. Right now, we are on the back of the ship on the promenade deck 9 at the Rotterdam Martini Bar, which is kind of a nice, quiet bar in the back of the ship. They specialize in different variations of the Moscow Mule and different variations of the Martini. I'm currently drinking a blueberry mule. Molly's got the
Or sweets.
It's a nice bar. It's a quiet bar. There's no music or events that happen back here. And it's normally, like other bars that get very crowded. This one I've not seen very crowded. This bar is also located right on top of the other dining room, which is where you go if you have the set time dining. On deck 9, right by the atrium and the main show theater, is the arcade on board. Very small arcade. They really can't put too many more games in here if they wanted to.
No. A lot of claw machines.
Yeah, you can win both plushies or like high value stuff. You could win yourself a little rubber ducky. Got some really cool video type games too. Mission Impossible, Asphalt 9 Legends. This one is actually one I have not seen before. MotoGP, which you actually use the virtual reality goggles for to play on your motorcycle. Expensive game though. That one will run you $5. Big Buck Hunter, Pac-Man Smash, Jurassic Park. You get the Typhoon from the guys over at Triotech. Actually, one of the better deals. 2 people get to ride and it's only $3. And there we go. That is the very small arcade. So let's talk a little bit about that Red Frog Rum Bar. This is going to be your rum and your daiquiri and your fruity drinks on the pool side. Lots of good specialty beverages in here. I really like the Red Rum Treasure. They do a couple variations on the mojito as well. Plenty of pina colada type frozen drinks. Now, something I really like about this bar, I'm a fan of rums. And look at this rum list. Very, very impressive rum list, especially for a casino bar. I am currently... Yes, that is where we are. We're outside the pool. I'm currently drinking like my favorite sipping rum on the rocks. It is Bumbu from the Barbados. It is a very, very smooth rum. I get some like kind of vanilla notes in there. It is delicious. But it's just fun to sit down here and you can try like 5 different rums on the rocks, and there's really good stuff. Right now we're at the other side of the pool at the other pool bar, the Blue Iguana Tequila Bar. I am drinking a Twisted Rita, which is made with both tequila and mezcal. Molly's got the Bite of the Iguana, which is one of their specialty drinks. See their whole specialty drink menu for the bar right there. Lots of good stuff. This is also where you would find the best selection of tequilas on board the Carnival Paradise. Now, I'm not a tequila connoisseur, so I can't tell you if these are great brands or not great brands, but they do have quite the selection. Deck 12 in the atrium area is Camp Ocean. Now, this is the kids club on board for the littlest of kids. Right now we're on deck 8 in the atrium area, and there's nobody in the Circle C Club for ages 12 to 14. And this is what that looks like. It's a very small space. Looks like dance floor and then a bunch of kind of video game terminals.
Board games.
And a bunch of board games. You and your pals could play Giant Spoons. Here you can see some of that, more or less a Fabergé egg motif that is throughout the cruise ship. If you are using the elevators by the atrium, they're not connected. Some of them go to higher floors than other ones. So I believe the ones that are on the left side don't go up as high as the ones that are on the right side. Quick update, it's actually the ones on the left or the port side that go all the way up to deck 14. Also worth noting, right outside the atrium on deck 11, there are a pair of ping pong tables, in case you want to play some ping pong. On deck 9 in the atrium area is the picture gallery, so if you took any photos on board, they would all be over there. Also, if you're a returning cruiser on Carnival and you're part of the VIFP Club, that's where you go to pick up your return your gifts. In deck 11, you will also find what looks to be a pretty well-loved shuffleboard court. Now we're at one of the quietest places on board the ship, and that is deck 15, all the way in the front. It's the sun deck area. And if you want to kind of like sunbathe in peace, I think this is probably the best spot to do so. Also, this is a great spot. Currently, the Paradise is sailing out of Tampa, which means about 2 hours after you leave port, the cruise ship's going to sail underneath the Sunshine Skyway Bridge, and this is a great place to watch that happen. Right by the casino is Sushi at Sea, which is an upcharge sushi restaurant. The main shopping area on board the ship is right outside the theater on deck 8. There's pretty much 2 stores. One's kind of a fancy store that'll be for jewelry as well as your duty-free liquor. And then my favorite one is the other one. This is where you can buy all your Carnival stuff. Let's go see what they sell. You can buy the big Carnival Paradise ship model, as well as some pretty cool ornaments. Some pretty nice stuff over here. Carnival sweatshirts and sweat shorts, jackets, hats, water bottles.
Ma'am.
More jackets. Backpack's really nice.
That backpack's really, really nice.
Really nice tumblers, along with like little backpacks.
They have new shirts.
Oh, look at those shirts. They do sell the cruise ship ornament. It's like very up to date too, where it's got the new paintings theme on it.
Which we buy every time we're on a ship, if it's a new ship. And now we have to rebuy every Carnival one.
Yeah. There's actually quite a few Carnival Paradise hats. And they also have a whole bunch of t-shirts for the Carnival Paradise. Sweatshirts as well.
I really like the beach bag. Or the bag.
Oh, that is nice. In kind of a weird spot right by the casino is the special occasion store, which is the candy store on board.
It's very tucked in.
Yes.
In the corner.
We've also got plushies. Look at the plushies. Hidden right in the middle of the promenade is the guest store, which very upscale kind of stuff in here. Also in a weird location, as it's located not really near any of the other shops. Located in Deck 8, right off the atrium, is the library on board.
This is where Chef's Tables is, as well.
Mm-hmm. There's a couple board games you could play. You could check out some books and give them a read. But you know what? There's one book they don't have on board. And that is Experience the Point, the unofficial guidebook to Cedar Point, written by our own Andrew Hyde. So we're going to take one and we'll leave it here. Come find it. It's actually autographed by Hyde. We made him do it when he was at our house earlier this year. And it's going to be right there. And here is our stateroom cabin. We are in M46, which is an interior cabin, and it's a pretty good size interior cabin. I think my favorite part, I love how big the TV is. Big TV. Don't get a ton of channels on this TV though.
No.
There's like 2 movie channels. There's a Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network.
News.
There's a news channel.
There's sports.
Yeah, you get some weird ESPN channels, and not the ones you want. It's like, I think on the screen has been like the SEC Network and ESPNU.
Yeah.
We did have one where you could put 4 people in with the 2 pull-down beds. I don't think I would recommend that. I mean, if you were lying down here and somebody was right on top of you, that would not be a good night's sleep.
I've almost hit my head on the ledge right there.
If you are
going to imagine that bed being down.
No, if you are booking this cruise, definitely look at the deck plans and try to. If there's only 2 of you, try to avoid the cabins with the Pullman beds because, well, it'd just be nicer not to have that thing there. It is plenty of storage for 2 people.
Not for 4 though.
No. If you had 4 people, you're probably using your suitcases. We do have a fridge that, well, doesn't work at all. A good amount of storage. You do have some, 2 closets. You've got cabinets. Over here, you do have a safe you can use if you'd like. The very utilitarian cruise ship bathroom. Very small. The shower never got overly hot. So if you like a hot shower, you might be in problems. If you're cool with a lukewarm shower, you might be okay. You get the 2 kind of mystery goos there with the shampoo and the shower gel. Of course, no tour of the room. We begin completely at the cruise ship toilet and its terrifying noise. And there we go. That'll do it for our 4-night cruise aboard the Carnival Paradise. A wonderful, wonderful time. And like any vacation, there's going to be some parts you like and some parts you don't like as much. Let's start off with the good side and what we really enjoyed about the Carnival Paradise. And for me, the one that really stands out is the live music on board.
Yes, there was a lot of good musicians. I really like the steel drum player. He was singing and playing steel drums and had a great voice. You don't get that much. The guitar lady was great. The bands, the violinist.
Yeah,
lots of variety.
Yeah, that was really, really fun. Also, with any kind of Carnival cruise ship, I like the Cheers beverage program a lot. We didn't really explain that in this video. It is kind of the drinking package on board Carnival Cruise Lines. If you buy it before the cruise, it's around $60 a day. And then they do add on a 18% gratuity, and that'll get you up to 15 alcoholic beverages per day. And as long as those beverages are under $20. So if you do the math, like if you're going to drink all 15, you're paying about $4 a drink. And then you could get, sodas and Gatorades and milkshakes on top of that wouldn't count towards the 15. So if you are a drinker, you can definitely get your value out of that. And that made the cruise a lot more fun for me. I go in knowing exactly what I would spend on alcohol, and I get to try and sample tons and tons of stuff that I've never had before. Like, I love going to that rum bar and trying some rums I've never seen. That was a good time.
Something that shocked me was the smooth sailing of the cruise. With an older ship, sometimes it's very rocky and bumpy, and you did get some vibrations in the ship. but it was not bad at all for our sailing.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, your mileage may vary there. Some sailings are going to be smooth, some sailings might not be, but we got lucky. We had a really smooth sailing to our port of call, which was Cozumel, Mexico, which I think is a really nice cruise port. We went to Mr. Sancho's, which is an all-inclusive beach club, and that was a wonderfully relaxing morning and afternoon. Also, one thing I like when we came back from that is the pool on the Carnival Paradise. It's not very big, but I love that they have bar servers that will come over and sell you drinks in the pool.
Yes, you can bring your drinks in the pool too, and a lot of cruise lines you can't do that anymore.
Yeah, that's really good. I love that guest service. Those guys work really hard.
One major thing that I love about Carnival is how many food selections they have for lunch. They have Guy's Burger, they have the Blue Iguana tacos, they have the deli, the pizza, the buffet, so many different options. And I love it, and it's great food too.
Yeah, I mean, I had those tacos like 2 or 3 times. I really like those tacos. Load them up with some cheese. Absolutely delicious. Something I really enjoyed, they brought back the late night buffet. Every night at midnight, there was a buffet with kind of like more or less drunk food, I would like to say. It's, meatball subs, hot dogs, chicken tenders, and honey mustard. And what I really like about this too is before they did this, the only late night food option would be the pizza, and that line could get really, really long. Now they have 2 complimentary food items late at night, and I think that's a good guest service.
It is.
And plus, I like chicken fingers a lot. One final up here. They had the Weird Al movie was on the movie channel. And that's wonderful if you haven't seen it. But with the good also comes some bad. A couple things that we did not like about this cruise ship.
The air conditioning, it was getting really hot. The room was very hit or miss. Sometimes you walked in and it was cool. Other times, most of the time, it was very, very hot. And even in some of the public places and lounges, it was hot. The Leonardo Lounge had the best air conditioning though.
Yeah, and then the elevators were both hot and a bunch of them were broken. Like, it's an old cruise ship and with old elevators, and those elevators did not work very well.
No, so there was always a line for the elevators. Luckily, it's a smaller ship, so it's easier to go, all the way from the bottom to the top. Or you're waiting a long time for those elevators.
And the elevators are very full.
Yes.
The stateroom bathroom definitely shows the age of the ship. The toilet is in a weird position. You kind of have to sit diagonally. You got the shower curtain thing. The shower never got as hot as you wanted to. So that was not great either.
In the theater, on the bottom level, the chairs are so awkward and so low. They're so uncomfortable. And we were sitting there waiting for bingo before bingo. A group sat down in the chair before us, and I swear to you, that whole bench just moved backwards.
Yeah, those are not great seats. Along with that, in the theater, there was a new show on Carnival Cruise Line, one that they've started doing recently that they haven't done before, called The World Works Here, and that replaced one of their big stage song and dance shows. And so there was only like one big performance show on the ship, and this new show, it was not great.
It should have been an Atrium show. When you think of production show, you think of sets, the dancing, the singing.
This felt lazy.
Yeah, they brought on their crew members and talked about the different nationalities, which is great. I do love that. And then they took something from their Christmas show and they had their kids' clubs perform a song.
Which nobody wants to see that.
Well, parents do, but that's more of a daytime activity. Or with the Christmas show, it's another show. They don't get rid of their production show for the Christmas show. And then they just have the singers just stand there and sing for 3 or 4 songs.
Yeah, and not even super popular songs. And the amount of people that were leaving during this show, I don't think we're the only ones that did not care for it.
No, half the theater left.
Yeah, it was a lot of people that were kind of in our boat there. All right, and that'll do it for our trip aboard the Carnival Paradise. Thank you guys for watching videos like this. If y'all didn't watch videos like this, we wouldn't be able to go on so many cruise ships, and that's one of our favorite things to do. So thank you very much. If you have any questions about the Carnival Paradise, let us know in the comment section below, and thank you very much for watching this video. Stay tuned here to the end of the video where I screenshotted all of the activities as well as the main dining room menus for the entire cruise.
Bye.